I don't care.
So we got 5 minutes to talk about Southern Europe. Good news and bad news. The good news is Southern Europe has the fewest countries to remember.
There's two.
So you want us to memorize it?
You are going to memorize the countries and their capitals of all the places that we study and where their locations are. Eventually, we might have a final map
We should do it online.
No, thank you.
where you have to fill them all in.
Let's do it online.
I think I'm gonna be sick on that day.
Southern Europe is sometimes called what Europe?
The better Europe.
Soft underbelly.
The German Europe.
It's sometimes called Mediterranean Europe.
Oh.
No, what's a German?
Why do you think it would be called Mediterranean Europe? Two
On the
reasons.
Mediterranean
Two reasons.
Sea.
All right.
Because it has a Mediterranean climate.
It has a Mediterranean climate, which we talked about most people what? Would like. 70 degrees all year long, only one little wet season in the winter. Sunny.
Mediterranean.
Okay? So that's why people like to go there. My daughter and her husband were celebrating their 5th anniversary. Of course, they were going to go from Ireland to Italy to France. And they never made it. Another casualty of the pandemic. So what's the other reason it's called Mediterranean Europe? It's on the Mediterranean Sea, most of them. Okay, they border the Mediterranean Sea. So the countries, there are only 4 of them. What are they? Well, one of them actually isn't on the Mediterranean Sea, but it's
Turkey.
included. Portugal,
Turkey.
Spain.
Spain,
Turkey.
How is
Italy.
England on this?
and Greece. Well, that's good news. There's only 4 to remember, although there are several micro-states. What's a micro-state?
A state that's does not have the qualifications to be a state, but it's different from everybody
A
else.
smaller country.
Okay, they're tiny countries that basically these other nations give them sovereignty. These other nations could easily have taken these countries over, but they allowed them to keep their sovereignty and help run some of their affairs. One of them, of course, is the smallest country in the world that's important to us, which is that?
Vatican City.
Vatican City. Vatican City is actually a country.
It's got 800 people.
Okay? What's the capital of Portugal?
What?
1 square mile.
What's the capital of Spain? What's the capital of Italy? What's the capital of Greece?
Capital of Greece is
Italy is Rome.
We got Madrid, that's Spain.
Athens.
We got Athens, which is Greece.
Rome.
We got Rome, which is Italy.
Portugal. Maybe.
What's Portugal?
Argentina.
That's in South
Turkey.
Oh,
Lisbon.
Lisbon.
Yes.
What?
I'm so sorry.
Okay?
You literally looked at
Lesbian.
Seriously, put your mask on.
So,
You're approved.
you have to know the capitals. That will, I'll guarantee the capitals will be on the test. Okay? I guarantee that. Now, this first section you read about talked about the physical geography. What are the similarities, or what's a generalization we can make about the physical geography of Southern Europe? We already gave one, which is what?
Mediterranean.
They have a Mediterranean climate, unless you're where?
Portugal.
Oh,
Portugal has a marine climate.
277. Sam, be fair, okay?
Which is similar to Mediterranean. The only difference between a marine and Mediterranean, what's the difference?
It's on the ocean, not a sea.
Water.
It's wet.
They get a lot more rain. Okay?
It's not just a-
What else? Generalization. Look at the map on 287.
They have a lot of mountains.
Okay? It's very mountainous. That affects everything about their economy and what people can do. Mountains cause what?
No.
Well, it affects your climate, because as you go up, it's going to get colder, yes. So you could ski in some of these places in the morning, and drive down to the ocean and swim in the afternoon. But what about mountains? Do lots of people live there?
No.
No. So it affects their population. Okay? It affects farming. Because you're not able to farm. Because we said, what are mountain soils like?
They're oily.
They're thin, we call them. Thin, why? Thin soils are missing what? The top soil.